Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I gotta do one thing really fast. Let me see. Let me see something, guys. I just gotta do one thing really fast. Sorry, guys. I started the wrong stream. Sorry, guys. Oops. Let me do that here. Okay, so guys, here we are, right? It's good to see you guys. Keyshawn's here, Steve's here, Red Door's here, Uncle Herman's here. Laughing Man, what's up? Flat Highway's here. Good to see you guys, right? Guys, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. That was weird. Yeah. So yeah, guys, you guys remember the other day we had the live stream to talk about
lesbians.
And the topic of DV had come up, right? Now, Laughing Man, I wasn't late. I started the wrong live stream. So I was talking to nobody. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Oops. So anyways, guys, the topic of DV had come up, right? And you guys know that that DV happens, it's mutual, and oftentimes women are more likely to physically abuse men, right? That's just the way it works. And guys, can I please get serious with you guys really fast? Guys, let's jump into the advice section quick today, right? And we'll probably jump back into it after we get to these some of these clips, you know? So guys, let's do this here. Guys, never ever put up with anyone putting their hands on you guys, straight up. Guys, I'm dead serious. I'm serious as a heart attack. Guys, seriously, you cannot put up with this crap. Guys, if you are with an abusive person, there's two places you'll end up in: dead or in jail. I'm dead serious, guys. This is not a joke. This is not a game. I know that we joke around a lot, but guys, especially men, with men, when it's a woman doing it, it escalates and escalates and escalates, and they get more and more mad that they slap you and it doesn't do anything. Next thing you know, they're grabbing pans or they're hitting you with the car, or they're trying to hire a freaking hitman. You know what I'm saying, guys? This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not funny. Okay? I'm being as serious as I can be, guys. I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me good. People should not be putting hands on anybody. And guys, if you can't detach yourself from some broad for yourself, do it for your family. Do it for your friends. Do it for your kids. You deserve to be able to defend yourself. You deserve to be safe. You deserve to actually have a fulfilling life, because you cannot put up with these absolute clown chicks that like to put their hands on dudes and then play the victim when the guy hits them back. What a joke. What a joke. It really is terrible, guys. You guys are 6'5", guys that are pro fighters, pro boxers, guys that would delete a full-grown guy with their bare hands, but a 5'2" chick is abusing them. That's crazy to me. You know? So, guys, here, let's do this quick. Let's break some news. This, guys.
Advocates say victims, especially men, are often too ashamed or embarrassed to report patterns of abuse. WYFF News 4's Ashley Swan is here with why abuse against men may happen more often than you think. Ashley?
Michael, local domestic violence advocates say statistically more men are abusers than women, but they do help men who are victims themselves of abuse. And advocates believe many cases of domestic violence against men may go unreported.
There are women who are perpetrators of domestic violence, and it can be deadly.
Safe Harbor Executive Director Becky Callahan says the killing of USC professor Dr. Raja Fayed at the hands of his ex-wife, Soonji Kwan, is a sobering reminder that women aren't the only victims of domestic violence.
And I think that the stigma attached to it is so much worse for a man that men are reluctant to ask for help.
A report released by USC over the weekend shows Fayed did recently raise a red flag, calling police to the campus just last month to report Kwan for continuously showing up at his class. But at the time, Fayed didn't tell investigators about his and Kwan's history.
Many victims don't feel comfortable telling people in their professional sphere that they are in a situation where they are being harassed or being threatened.
Especially, Callahan says, if that victim is a man. 3 weeks after Fayed made the call, police say Kwan returned, killing him and then herself.
Most victims are killed as they are trying to leave the relationship, and that is why it is so critical for victims to understand how to leave the relationship safely.
And guys, hit the super chat button, because guys, this stream will not be monetized after the fact. Guys, hit the like button on the way in, please. I'd appreciate that.
Mark, thank you. Update now to an alarming situation ABC 15 uncovered. Yesterday, we told you how domestic violence emergency shelters are full in Maricopa County.
Look at this.
They need somewhere safe.
Look at that thing right there. Good God, Matrix, how you doing, man?
And permanent to go. Not the streets, not their car. Shelter in many cases, yeah, but safe housing, absolutely.
Survivors needing a bed are often women, but advocates say more men are coming forward as well, and they're suffering all types of situations. ABC 15's Ashley Paredes introduces us to a man who spent weeks looking for...
Anytime that you go to these stories, look at the comments and all the guys telling their stories. It's nuts.
Shelter trying to break free from family violence.
Anyone can be a victim of domestic violence.
Así pasé años, 6 meses que fueron duros. Yo en la noche, yo lloraba. ¿Por qué me vine?
With emergency shelters in Maricopa County consistently full, this man would spend from morning until evening at a local park to avoid abuse by his son.
Era bien brusco conmigo y por todo se enojaba.
A new Leaf says its 24/7 domestic violence hotline in Maricopa County receives anywhere from 900 to 1,400
of saving lives. Often we hear from women who speak out. But as I found out, more than 30 men become victims of this hidden crime every second.
Every second.
This is Shy.
Rescuing greyhounds has become a passion for Michael Shane McDaniels, but a few years ago, he had to rescue himself from an abusive marriage.
And I didn't even realize it myself until some attorneys had brought it to my attention. And I was like, oh, okay. Why would you say that? What is putting me in this category of being a victim? It was like, it's the mental aspect. You're being mentally abused.
For more than 30 years, he has worked in law enforcement, protecting and saving lives.
He's a cop.
Shane says he never imagined having to do the same for himself at home.
I mean, I remember I had somewhat of a nervous breakdown over it, and I just got tired of it, and it kind of blew up. And luckily for me, my children were there, and they were there with me, and they was like, okay, and they were the blanket, the comfort there, and they just supported me in my decisions.
Shane admits during his career, he has seen many men in the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've answered more calls, almost more calls, dealing with men being abused as opposed to women. And I'm not, downplaying what happens to women, because.
But did you believe them? Right, guys? Guys, do you think that this guy believed these men when they were saying this? Yes or no, guys? Type in the chat, yes or no.
There's absolutely no way you could do that. But the public does need to know that men are they can be held as victims as well.
He says with men, often the wounds are not physical.
It's a lot of breaking the spirit. It's a lot of belittling. And after so many years of hearing the constant belittlement or the belittling, the comments, the negativity, a person could start to believe that. And then you don't realize it at that particular time, but then you're like, you literally start to beat your own self up.
According to the National Violence Against Women survey, more than 830,000 men fall victim to domestic violence every year. The survey shows every 37.8 seconds, somewhere in America, a man is battered. Safe Homes Domestic Violence Center Executive Director Amy Hall says the problem is seen locally.
So about 13% of the victims that we serve are males, and so all of our services that are offered to women are offered to men as well.
Look at that.
We can shelter them.
Shane encourages men who are victims of domestic violence to seek help. For him, that came in the form of family and his four-legged friends. And now that he's healed, that hurt is being used to help others.
So there's avenues out there. The thing is that male victim has to overcome that feeling of embarrassment. Because once they overcome that feeling of embarrassment, that's when they'll be able to start the healing process.
And Shane tells me he's now experiencing the happiest time of his life. Shane says he's in a loving and caring relationship. Now, there are many avenues, as he mentioned, of help for.
Guys, here, check this out. This.
And a dramatic twist in the murder of a UC Berkeley professor in Greece. His ex-wife is now under arrest, accused of orchestrating the hit. 43-year-old Przemysław Jaworski. He was gunned down earlier this month outside his ex-wife's home in Athens. Police say he was shot 5 times by his wife's current partner as he was arriving to visit his children. Jaworski and his ex-wife were reportedly in the middle of a bitter custody battle and a financial dispute over a vacation rental business they had co-founded.
Cooked. That's absolutely insane, guys. Let's go back. Here you go. Look at this.
It's up at Ave and Dav, that's Avenue Road in Davenport, and it's stirring the pot. It's a billboard that has some wondering if men are being abused just as much as women in domestic violence incidents. Adrian Gobriel's checking the numbers.
I think it's more.
Really? Bizarre.
It's the controversial billboard hanging over Davenport near Avenue Road. Now, the subject is touchy, and it is questioning if the message...
Half of DV victims are men. No DV shelters are dedicated to us. And the women are like,
how dare you?
Clown world! You guys see? Guys, I want to type us, US. The only people who give a damn about men is us. The only people who give a damn about us men is us men. Period. That's how it works, guys.
Has its facts straight. I would say no. Not true. The top line of the billboard.
No, it's not true. I don't think it's true.
Beta reads that half of domestic violence victims are men, and it's that statistic which is being challenged today.
The fact is, 1 in 6 men have been victims of sexual violence, abuse, or harassment.
The billboard showing a man plugging his ears as a woman raises her hand in anger was put up by a men's issue group called the Canadian Association for Equality, also known as CAFE.
The fact is, fathers currently have 0 safe places to take their children when fleeing from abusive mothers.
And the fact is, CAFE got their numbers from a 2009 StatsCan survey on self-reported abuse.
585,000 men and 601,000 women reported domestic abuse. That's almost on par.
What the billboard doesn't include are stats from police-reported domestic violence incidents. Data from the Canadian Centre for Justice paints a much different picture.
Yeah, please.
It found women were the victims in nearly 80% of cases of intimate partner violence.
That they believe or that they classify, because the laws classify it differently.
Nationally reported to police in 2013.
If you use the rest of the StatsCan report, you see that in those numbers of fatalities for women. You see the frequency for women, the repeated violence that women experience, the severity of it.
Knowing all the stats are part of Todd Minderson's job at the White Ribbon Campaign. He says the billboard uses, quote, selective interpretation of the numbers.
See, guys, this guy right here, he's the enemy. He is the enemy. Right there, guys. He is everything wrong with society.
Interpretation of the numbers, but admits it does get us talking about the bigger issue.
The billboard gets it right in one way, in that men do experience violence. Men do
but you don't
experience
care.
both domestic and sexual
You don't
violence.
care.
But
You
to
don't
say
care.
one is ignoring the other because you're focusing on the plight of women's violence is exactly where this gets it wrong.
Currently, the Canadian Association for Equality only has this one billboard up, but they say they're getting ready to put up a whole lot more.
Good. Good. Look at that, guys.
It started out with things being thrown at me, and then that progressed to actual punching and hitting, physically hitting, and then ultimately progressed to other weapons being brandished.
It's a type of domestic abuse we never talk about. Some might even laugh at, though. For Michael Healy,
Look at that.
5
funny.
years in a relationship which was both mentally and physically abusive at the hands of his partner, a woman, left him fearing for his life with little to no options for actual support. Some people at home might say, you know, take a look at Michael. He's a big, burly guy. You can take care of yourself. What's the matter here?
Yeah, no, I get that actually a lot. And it's just my nature. I'm not the type of person that would, hit another person and even defend myself. It was like the darkest time of my life.
Look at that. He said it was the darkest time of his life. Guys, women don't care. Women and wokey wokes, they don't care. And guys, they never will. They never will. Absolute joke.
I got to a place where I literally did not know what to do next.
When Michael finally found the strength to end the toxic violence situation, he says he reached out for support, but found most shelters don't take men, and none had resources available to support men trying to leave and heal from an abusive domestic situation. Over a 5-year period, a 2014 StatsCan report found that equal proportions of men and women reported being victims of spousal violence across the country.
Single men can go to a homeless shelter, but of course they don't get the support that they would were they women going to a violence against women shelter. Those violence against women shelters are critically important for women in abuse situations. They get safe space. They also have legal services. They have trauma counseling. They have emergency support. By contrast, men get none of those things if they go to a homeless shelter.
Justin Trottier with the Canadian Centre for Men and Families says this isn't about men versus women. More resources are needed for all genders fleeing traumatic relationships. His hope is to close the resource gap for men and men with children by raising.
Good luck with that, right? Right, guys? As woke and ridiculous as Canada is, come on.
Funds to open a first-of-its-kind shelter in a major North American city by mid-2018.
these big centers, population centers, where there are thousands and thousands of men and women who are dealing with domestic violence. There's not a single family shelter for abused men and their children in any of these major population centers. Toronto could be the first, and of course the hope is that others would follow that lead.
The response some men get when trying to explain their situation, according to Michael, can be a degrading, difficult experience.
Responses that I would say were almost on the verge of hostile and just basically telling me I was the perpetrator and that I needed to get some anger management courses. They referred me to anger management is what they did. But men hear those stories and begin to fear that that's what will happen.
So far, they've raised $170,000. There's also a GoFundMe campaign, and for every dollar put into that, one of the private donors will be matching dollar for dollar. And once they reach their goal of $300,000, the center will be going to the province, hoping that they too will match some of the funds.
Yeah, right.
I'm Adrian Gabriel for City News.
Here we go, guys. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys.
It started out with...
that's that stupid cop. All right, sorry.
Domestic violence is one of Britain's most hidden crimes, with millions of victims enduring horrific treatments behind closed doors. This week, Channel 4 News throws the spotlight on domestic violence with two special reports. Tomorrow, we'll examine controversial new police powers, which can ban alleged abusers from their own homes without conviction. But tonight...
Oh, wait, sorry. This is for women, guys. Hold on. I have a lot more stories here. Hold on, guys. Where was that one guy? Guys, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that. Let's see.
A new campaign is being launched today to raise awareness about male victims of domestic abuse. Tom Parmenter has been hearing one man's story.
In the mirror, Ian McNichol looks back at a man who was once broken physically, mentally, and almost totally.
She was incredibly violent. I'll give you 3 or 4 examples. She placed lit cigarettes up my nostrils and forced me to go to sleep with those cigarettes still in my nose. She held my eyes open while she sprayed bleach into them.
Look at that.
She assaulted me with a steam iron. She placed it on my left lower arm, on my upper right shoulder, and in the middle of my shoulder blades. She boiled a kettle and poured it over my groin. And then whilst I was stuck to a leather sofa writhing in agony, she reboiled that kettle and re-poured it over my groin. And I'd got to the point where I was so mentally ground down, I lost almost 25% of my body weight. I have 2 permanent indentations in my left shoulder where I was attacked with a hammer with such ferocity that the handle of the hammer actually broke.
And guys, this is what happens, right? You know? Think of this. You guys, a lot of chicks know that they can't physically dominate us. So there's a component that's mental that allows them to do this. You know? And guys, this is probably years and years of manipulation.
His former partner is now serving 18 years in prison.
Her justification was that I didn't tell her often enough that I loved her, and I didn't instigate the physical side of the relationship. That was her justification for the violence, that I'd made her feel unattractive.
Ian is now slowly moving on with rebuilding his body and his life.
Damn.
He believes a tip-off to the police from an anonymous neighbor genuinely saved
his life. Yeah. What did I tell you guys? With women more so than men, it escalates. Because how many times do you see these chicks that are DVing their children or their parents or their husbands? It escalates and escalates and escalates until they actually delete the person. It happens all the time. Guys, this is not a game. This is not a joke. Okay? And guys, it only happens in the West. Because guys, everywhere else, the Middle East and Southeast Asia, if some chick raises her hand to her husband, right? You know, he can, get over here. You know, but in the West, we're so afraid of the system that's biased against men, that hates men, that's misandrous and gynocentric, that a guy will sit there and let his wife pour hot water on his garbage, then physically defend himself. What a joke.
People will just not quite understand how it can happen, how you can't stand up to that kind of abuse.
Sure. Well, of course, as a victim, for me, it's a gender-neutral crime. What actually happens is that your feelings, I loved my partner, those feelings get abused. It's wrong for a man to hit a woman. Violence of any description is wrong, so it wouldn't have solved it. I can't say why she committed the level of violence that she did, but the fact is for men that the other additional difficulties that they may not be believed if they come forward.
Exactly.
So there's a challenge there.
Exactly.
But all victims should find the strength to confide in someone, because help is out there. I know that from my own experience and proof of that.
Look at this, guys. I think this might be copyright, so I have to speed this up. But guys, here we go. Check this out. 1 in 7, that an 80% increase in reports from men. Look at that. So she tried to hire a hitman. Look at that. What? How many times she's only like this when she's drinking, man. She's only like this when she drinks, man. Please.
Kicking things like that, because I wanted to check that.
How many times have we seen body cam videos, guys? I don't want her to go to jail, man. I don't know what to do, man. Guys, press charges, press charges, press charges. The last man says all he can say is this is smarter. Yeah, yep, guys. I'm telling you, chick pulls a knife on you, whatever, man, you got to do what you got to do. You're better off judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the $2, my friend.
No, you're not asking me. No, it's called garlic croutons. Yeah, and they're right there on the scene.
I wasn't overreacting, and then that's when it sent them to like adult safeguarding, and then
Find out what help is available to men. I'm with Mark Brooks from one of the
Not
UK's
enough.
leading male abuse charities, Mankind Initiative, to hear more.
Society as a whole and police. It sort of takes you back for a second, right? It makes you go, whoa. And I do find some of the points so interesting.
Of course not, because it involves helping men. It involves acknowledging that men have problems, that men have issues, right? And we can't do that. Oh, no. These feminists will not allow that to happen. Look at this.
So let's start at the beginning of your story, because you
Yes, my girlfriend tortured, stabbed, and starved me. Look at that, guys. And she only got 3.5 years in jail. Look at that. What a joke. Is this the same? Let's see. It's sped up. I think it's fine.
met her at college in 2012. You're both 16. This was your first relationship.
Fair use, YouTube. They're gonna start grilling him and being like, it's gonna be completely different because he's a man. Just watch how they're gonna act towards him.
Early on, she liked game playing. You'd go on holiday and she'd disappear for long.
His granddad died. His granddad didn't die. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Toolable, thanks for the $5, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
Mr. Smith, how you doing? Clayton, how you doing, guys? Hey, thanks for the likes, man. Yeah, guys, the likes are doing good this stream. So
for a long
2 hours, two hours I was crying for, and I was just kept saying sorry. I didn't say bye. And
guys, someone in the chat said that we should gender segregate schools. I'm all for that. Guys, there are all black male private schools in the DMV area, and none of the kids are nugs, right? There's all boys schools where it's white, black, or whatever. And these boys, they graduate with good grades. They go on to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, one of the best things that they can do to help out young men is increase the amount of all boys schools. I'm dead serious. All right. I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this. Jubilee, this is the stupidest thing that you've ever said. I appreciate your contribution to the channel, but this is the dumbest thing that anyone's ever said. And I have to single you out because this is so stupid. A manipulation is manipulation. Okay? Guys, look, there's a whole psychology behind, why you manipulators can keep people in these types of relationships, male or female, parents to children, right? Teachers to students. This guy wasn't allowing this to happen. He was being manipulated and he was being abused. Please don't ever say anything this stupid in my chat again. I repeat, please don't ever. You are a very intelligent person, so I'm going to ignore this, but do not ever say anything this dumb again. The fact that I don't even think that you see this guy as a victim shows that you have to think about why you're here on my platform. Because guys go through this all the time. And just like fathers who fight for their kids, they're fighting the woman and the system. This guy, he was fighting the woman. He was fighting the system. He was fighting everyone because nobody cares about men. Nobody helps men. So what could he have done? Hit her back? Then he's going to jail. The psychological part is the part that people ignore. To break a person down enough to where they would endure this. Your statement is you basically saying this guy is not a victim. He just chose to do this. And I guarantee you would never, ever, ever say this to a woman who went through this. So I'm going to jump off my soapbox now, but don't ever, ever say anything this stupid again. Victims are victims are victims, period. Male or female. Women have their way of manipulating and abusing, and men have our way. But both ways are just as valid. Okay, rant over. Yeah.
Shit, at least
guys, this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not funny. Okay? It's not. Here you go.
Bagley, who police say had an on and off
domestic violence victims suffer in silence, feeling like they can't come forward. Domestic violence victims suffer in silence, feeling like they can't come forward. And this can be especially true for men in these types of relationships. ABC4's Kayla Baggerly looked into how changing the narrative will help many of them speak up and report it.
Male victims of domestic violence may feel like they can't talk about what they are going through behind closed doors.
I remember this chick, her voice, and then we're going to go over there.
Experts say they may be afraid.
Will help many of them speak up and
she's right at the wall. But yeah, I'd smash. How you doing?
To reach out for help because they feel shame or are worried they will be judged.
You were just berated, belittled, put down, degraded.
1 in 2 women will experience intimate partner violence in their lifetime, and 1 in 4 men.
And those numbers could be underreported.
Men hesitate to report it simply because, we all perceive men as being these strong male folks. And if you're involved in a domestic violence, they don't want people to view them as being weak. And it's really not weak.
2 months ago, professional
bull you guys remember this story? This Allen guy, he got deleted by his ex. Yeah, he was a bull rider. Yeah.
Demetrius Omar Latif Allen, also known as Ouncy, was killed in what police are calling a domestic violence homicide after he came to Salt Lake City to compete in the Utah State Fair.
To know Ouncy was genuinely, truly to love him.
LaShawn Denise Bagley, who police say had an on and off relationship with Allen, was arrested for investigation of murder and felony discharge of a firearm. Allen's family says that he was a great light in their lives, and the loss has been extremely difficult.
It's like I'm still in a dream, and I just want to wake.
Sorry, guys. I have to add some levity to this. Look at the size of this broad.
And have him back. It just doesn't seem real to refer to him in past tense.
A man who wishes to remain anonymous shared his story with ABC4 about how he felt abused emotionally and physically and controlled for over a decade of marriage.
And behind closed doors, you have no idea what can happen.
He says he constantly hoped his relationship would improve, but it did not.
And my normal became daily more and more unnormal.
He describes that he was kept away from his family and did not feel like he could tell anyone about what he was going through.
To explain what it is I'm in, I just didn't want to do it. I couldn't do it. I was shell-shocked.
And that he could never imagine he would experience what he did.
I was walking on pins and needles on absolute broken glass. I couldn't keep my mind straight.
And eventually the abuse put him in the hospital.
She hit me so hard that it knocked the wind out of me.
The mental abuse also took its toll.
My soul was ripped from me.
But he said men may feel like they won't be believed or they might be trivialized, which is why it can be difficult for them to come forward.
When do you ever hear about that woman that screams and yells to where that man is deaf? Well, you don't.
Jennifer Campbell, executive director with the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition, says men might feel uneasy.
Jeez, this chick's a bridge troll. Either this chick's really short or this chick is really tall. She's fee-fi-fo thumbing it. Jesus.
About reporting if they're experiencing abuse due to stigmas.
Assuming that it's just one type or one area is actually really dangerous in our narrative as a community, because it limits people's understanding of what they could do to help.
She says in order to support victims of domestic violence, we need to listen and believe them.
But there are people that are here to help you. They're trained professionals that recognize that domestic violence does impact men.
More attention to it.
Salt Lake County Sheriff Rosie Rivera says we need to take a look at harmful biases that could stop men from getting the help they need.
This came up when Ouncy Mitchell was killed. I had a lot of media calling and people calling me and saying, but that doesn't happen. Men aren't victims, but men are victims.
Our anonymous source says it isn't easy to come forward, but he hopes others do, so they are able to get the support they need and to get out of the abusive relationship.
You put your foot down and say, this is enough. I've hit my brink. I can't do this anymore. Speak up about it and get out of it.
If you or someone you know may be a victim of domestic abuse, call the hotline you see on the screen behind me. Kayla Baggerly, ABC4 News.
Guys, you have
so far, no charges have been filed against LaShawn Bagley in the death of Ouncy Allen. We did.
Of course not, right? Of course not. Of course not. Guys, what a joke. I need you guys to understand this, okay? Nobody cares about men's well-being. Nobody cares about men's resources. Nobody cares. Guys, the even mentioning this, right? Even us having this conversation, guys, this stream will get demonetized. The algorithm won't push it out. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Here you go, guys. Check this out. A red door. A red door. Check this out.
He's quite social and protective of anybody who needed to be protected. In Gitniau, a small indigenous village 90 minutes northeast of Terrace, BC, the values of family and clan kinships are taught from one generation to the next. As a father and clan leader, Dale Good passed on those values to his son Zachary, an outgoing young man with a love for soccer. He never imagined he would lose him to violence in Terrace.
It took a lot out of our family when this happened. I was at work in Kitimat when his sister and her husband came to my room.
On May 16, 2015, Zachary Turner Good was living in the apartment behind me after finally getting away from his abusive girlfriend.
Look at that.
On that same day, Isabel Johnny forced her way into the apartment. We don't know exactly what happened next, but a few hours later, Zachary Turner Good died at Mills Memorial Hospital.
This guy has Parkinson's. Do you guys see his handshake? He's still out there doing it.
From a stab wound to the chest.
Look at that. So his crazy ex-girlfriend kicked in the door, right? She said,
I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch!
And then stabbed him. Absolutely insane. And guys, I read in that news article that she got a small sentence. Guys, how much time do you guys think she got? Put a guess in the chat.
He was only 25.
25.
Much of the historical experience of Indigenous life in Canada has been shaped by pain. A CBC News investigation found Indigenous men are more likely to be the victims of intimate partner homicide than men in any other ethnic group.
Look at that! Even more than black men. Holy moly. Guys, did you know that? I didn't know that. Holy moly. Native dudes actually have it worse than us black guys. That's crazy.
The cases where we know ethnicity, 1 in 3 male victims were Indigenous. In Zachary's case, Dale knew something was wrong with Isabel as soon as he met her.
Person is cold right off the bat, and there's nothing behind the eyes.
Dale says Zachary was the kind of kid who would try to fix a broken person, and that's probably why he stayed in the relationship. He says, looking back, he missed the signs. Zachary was losing.
Isn't it crazy, guys? How much more Asian that the Canadian natives look than the natives in the United States, right? You know, even the ones in the Pacific Northwest look more Hispanic than
And there's nothing behind the eyes.
Dale says Zachary was the kind of kid who would try to fix a broken person, and that's probably why he stayed in the relationship.
Yeah. Yep. There you go, guys. See, he was Captain Save a Esca Ho. Oh, but yeah, guys, he probably met this chick, and he was
here. I come to save the day,
and then he got deleted for it. Guys, if you wouldn't buy a house that's a money pit, why would you take on a woman who's a fixer-upper? If you wouldn't buy a car with a bent frame and a busted engine, why would you take on a woman that's totaled? You can't, guys. You cannot, you know?
He says, looking back, he missed the signs. Zachary was losing weight, stopped playing soccer, and quit coming to family gatherings. He wishes now he had reached out to his son to talk about those difficult male expectations of manhood.
As men, we have to stay strong, not show emotion.
Yeah, but you have to stay strong and also have logic and reason. And that means not letting these dunderheads into your life. Guys, didn't we just say that he was a person that was emotions are what got him deleted? Strength would have been saying, look, I have to do what's best for me. I have to put my life in the right direction. This person is not doing that, or this person has the potential to mess my life up. I'm out of here. More emotion is not the answer here. That's how this chick manipulated him, was emotion. Less emotion is what's needed. Look at that. Look at that.
As a father, Dale has lost a son. As a community, Gittinyao has lost a promising young citizen. As a clan leader within the Gittinyao Nation, Dale hopes his family's story can help other young Indigenous men learn to walk away from violent relationships, to reach out for help. 6 years later, he still talks to Zachary on Facebook.
So my messages to him is that I'm sorry, I love you, and I wish you were here. It's just...
sad, isn't it? Look at that. Here we go.
This week, we are drawing particular attention to the issue of domestic violence ahead of Saturday night's Girls' Night Out event. One element that is often overlooked is domestic violence directed at men. But as 13 News reporter Shannon Litton explains, there's help for them too.
People tend to think of male as being tough, just being able to take care of things themselves and not needing help as much.
Trish Miles is a counselor at Resolve in Charleston. She has 10 years of experience.
Yikes, that's a bad built woman right there. Ugh, she's built like she's built like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Experience working with domestic violence victims and survivors from all walks of life. At a time when women are considered the most likely victims of domestic violence, she says male victims are frequently overlooked or even ignored.
How do we stop making this a taboo subject to talk about when it comes to men?
More education.
And by that, she means empowering men to speak out and telling them it's okay to come forward with their stories.
Nearly half of all women and men in the United States have experienced psychological aggression by an intimate partner in their lifetime. And it's no secret that more women are victims to physical abuse. With men, advocates and counselors say the abuse is primarily psychological.
That doesn't mean men can't be physically abused. According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1 in 10 men in this country will be physically attacked or stalked this year by an intimate partner, while 1 in 7 over the age of 18 will be the victim of severe physical violence by a partner. Still, for most men, the problem is mental abuse.
Name calling, belittling, making their self-esteem very low, making them think that they're not worth anything.
Usually with men, it's more they use the kids against them.
There it is.
It's more.
There it is. There it is, guys. Right there. What did she just say? Right? What did she just say? Well, guys, we all know what she just said. But guys, she says that women use the children. They use the children. Told you guys. I told you guys. They weaponize the children because they know that men want to take care. Guys, you know how these feminists and these modern women say men don't want to take care of their kids, but then at the same time, you weaponize their kids against them. How can you weaponize children against people who don't want to take care of their kids, right? Oops, that logic doesn't track, does it?
Like the mental abuse and stuff, and sometimes it is physical.
Go tell mommy that if she doesn't do this, that this is going to happen. Or go tell daddy that if he doesn't do this, that this is going to happen.
But the one thing both men and women share in common when it comes to domestic violence is the struggle of breaking the cycle of abuse. Something as simple as picking up the phone.
Seek help. Call the YWCA. We have counseling. We have support groups. We can develop a safety plan.
In Huntington, I'm Shannon Litton, 13 News, working for you.
Cook.
We want to remind you, if you've experienced domestic violence, there are services available no matter who you are. As you just heard there, the YWCA has resources for everyone. And we have a link to those resources. Go to our website, wowktv.com/raise up your voice. And while you're there, we hope that you will also click on and get tickets to join us for Girls Night Out this Saturday night, because desperate funds are raised.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to the Factor Uncensored. Roughly.
Oh, wait, guys, hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Where's the one with the comments? Damn it. I lost it. This one guy had a really crazy story in one of the comments.
This week, we are drawing particular attention to the issue of domestic violence ahead of Saturday night's Girls Night Out event.
I'll find it, guys. But this one guy had a crazy story.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to the Factor Uncensored. Roughly 1 in 3 women are victims of domestic violence. It's often thought of as a women's issue, but there are men who are victims of this awful crime too. In fact, 1 in 4 men are victims of domestic violence.
And that's underreported. I actually think, guys, I would say a third to half of men have had a chick hit them, spit at them, threaten them, or more,
Not a far off statistic compared to women. But a lot of times men do not talk about the abuse they endure because it's simply not talked about enough. We talked to an author about her book on this difficult subject matter. And joining us on the Factor Uncensored tonight is author Ann Silvers, and she is author of the book, Abuse of Men by Women. It happens, it hurts, and it's time to get real about it. And many people don't take the abuse of a man seriously.
Not at all,
Why
right,
is that
guys?
in today's society?
Yes, men are set up as if they're not supposed to need help. They're supposed to be in control of things. So it goes against the whole sort of the way we've boxed men in a way. And we've been so focused so long on men abusing women that it's almost like giving room for the opposite. There's people who feel like it takes away.
See? So the moment that we talk about our problems as men, all of them say, "How dare you? What a joke!"
From the issue of men abusing women. From my perspective, it doesn't take it away at all. It's important that we are focused on both.
How do we begin to change this mindset in America specifically, where men could be abused?
You have to admit that modern women are ignorant, moronic, violent, alcoholic, dunderheaded morons, right? Right, guys? That's step one. The most important thing that Red Pill gets right is that it holds men and women to the same standard. It says that if women can be dunderheaded 304s, and violent morons, women can be dunderheaded. It's the same thing.
By women. How do you change that mindset?
Yeah, so the mindset is not about whether men are being abused by women. It's about acknowledging it. And so we have to start with education. We have to start talking more about it. And unfortunately, the whole man law around men don't talk is actually part of what gets in the way of the conversation. And then we need people to realize that it doesn't at all take away from conversation around men abusing women. If we start talking about, there's other configurations. It can happen in straight and gay and couples. It can be women abusing men, men abusing women. Abuse is bad. And we need to take that approach that we want to address it all.
Many times we witness this in the public where a woman will slap a man and people laugh it off.
Yeah,
but
I think it's
if
funny.
a man slaps a woman, then there's hell to pay.
Yeah. Yes, we need to be much more broad in our recognition that harm is done when a woman hits a man. It's not okay. And I totally agree that culturally we've gotten to a place where we're not only looking away when women are abusing men, sometimes we're applauding it.
Look at that. See?
Sometimes
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, guys, I've had an ex, guys, in college, I have what I call the crazy period where I did like 3 psycho chicks back to back to back to back. And the last one, yeah, she was stalking me. You know what I'm saying? She would get mad and like try and hit me and stuff. It's crazy. And then she was stalking me. And I was like, look, I'm going to call the cops. That's what it took. And then I had to do a sexual harassment complaint against this one chick at my old job because she wouldn't leave me alone. Absolutely insane. And luckily, because we got in an argument, these 2 coworkers of mine actually had my back, or else I'd have been cooked, you know. But guys, we can't control these 304s, but we can control ourselves. Every relationship or friendship you have is consensual, guys. Just don't consent. You can choose who you deal with. Do not deal with any woman that's crazy, that threatens you, right? That thinks it's cute, or even talks about how I beat the hell out of my old boyfriend, please.
We're laughing at it. We got the "you go girl" kind of attitude about it, and we have to stop that. It's not okay.
And that leads to problems with law enforcement, with prosecutors, where they don't take these criminal cases against women seriously.
Very true. Very true. It's hard for men to find a hearing ear when it comes to sometimes when it comes to therapists, when it comes to resources for domestic violence.
Exactly.
Police, the courts. Unfortunately, a lot of times it is skewed against believing men and towards believing women in these situations.
Who can men turn to in situations like this?
Other men.
If it's so skewed around this country, and with our mentality that men should be able to take it.
Yeah. Well, I would say read my book, Abuse of Men by Women. And also, I've got a blog post that I'm working on that's up and live, but I'm going to continue to add to resources for men, mental health resources that are geared towards helping men, and organizations that are working on helping men, specifically in domestic violence, where they're the target of domestic violence.
Look at that.
And is it in part of the problem is men themselves who are not willing to come forward, who are not.
There you go. Victim blaming, right, guys? Have you ever heard them say, well, the problem is that women just don't come forward? No. What a joke.
Willing to talk, who feel shameful to say, my wife beat the hell out of me. And they don't know, want the public to know.
Correct, because it feels unmanly. And we have to work on getting rid of that stigma, that it's not shameful. If you're being abused by a woman, reach out. And I get it, it's cautiously. Try to find somebody who will be able to hear you. When I started talking about the issue, I really didn't know
imagine the backlash she got.
I got my eyes open to the fact that women were abusing men and it was hurting men. And I started talking about it, and I'd be at parties and I would mention it in some part of a room, and men would just come towards me from the corners of the room to talk to me about their stories, because it was so refreshing for them, I think, to have somebody who would listen and get it, that it's happening and it's hurtful.
So what got Ann interested in talking about this issue at all? She shares how going back to school as an adult opened her eyes to the issue. We continue that conversation after the
book on this issue, but what got you interested initially? What did you see? What did you witness? What did you experience in life that made you say, Ann, I need to put this in a book. I need to put pen to paper and write something to help the men out there?
Yeah, so I actually went back to school as an adult to become a counselor. And when I was doing my bachelor's in psychology, I did a minor in women's studies. A lot of that education focuses on men abusing women. In my family tree, there's a lot of partner abuse, going in both directions. And
what did she say, guys? Going in both directions. Going in both directions, guys. Here, check this out, guys. Hold on. Where's this guy's video at? Hold on. Look at this. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
So this is a video I've been wanting to make for quite some time, but last time it was Mental Health Awareness Day, the whole thing with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was kicking off, and I just didn't want to be associated with any of that drama. I didn't want to be saying, oh yes, it's a Men Too campaign. I wanted to tell my own story, and it's not just because it's coming from a man. I think men and women suffer equally with this. In case you haven't figured it out, this is not a comedic episode. If you normally watch with your kids, I would strongly recommend you don't watch this with your kids. I wanted to tell this story because there are a lot of men out there that don't understand domestic violence from a woman's perspective or from a man's perspective. And I also wanted to tell this story because I know there are men out there that are suffering through domestic abuse that probably don't feel that they can leave that situation. So I'll start out by telling my story. I was in a relationship with a girl who I won't name. She appeared in my comments section a year or so ago and said, oh, fancy seeing you here. I didn't reply, as you can probably imagine. I just thought that's a person that is no longer in my life, and I pity who she was, and I hope she is doing better. I went for a drink in the pub with her and my sister. She had never hit me, and we'd been together for months. I would never have imagined it would have happened. I suppose that's the first thing that you need to understand. These things happen out of nowhere. So we have a nice time in the pub, at least I thought we did, and we come home and she's quite drunk. And all of a sudden she starts saying that my sister had said something that she didn't like. And I said, well, what was it? And I think I perhaps iterated to her that maybe there had been a misunderstanding. And she starts calling my sister fairly vicious names out of the blue. And so I sort of say, where's this coming from?
Yeah, what's up with that?
And literally the second the words left my mouth, she had hit me in the temple probably 2 times before the words had finished. And she continued to punch me. And they call it a sucker punch for a reason, because you don't see it coming, and So I guess I am going to get upset, because it's not something that leaves you, I suppose, once you start to relive it. I was in shock, and because you're in shock, you don't know what to do, and you can't fight back. If you're a person that says, well, a girl could never hit me, I'd be able to stop her, when you're taken by surprise and they hit you repeatedly over.
And also, too, when she hits you, you're like, uh-oh, I can't hit her back, or I'm going to jail. You guys know what you do? You pack your stuff and you leave, or you call the cops. Call the cops, guys. Get out of the house and call the cops. And once she's out of your presence, never talk to her again.
And over and over. And if you're a good person.
Now, guys, here's the thing, though. Once again, you can't judge people for how they choose to defend themselves. You just can't. If a woman hits a guy, or if anyone hits you and your reflex is to hit back, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Guys, self-defense is a very, very like instinct-driven part of your brain. And you shouldn't just have to be like, oh, well, you have to stop and think about it. People react.
You don't punch that person back. You try to get the fuck away. And I tried to get away from this girl, and I ran into the corridor, and I'd got long hair at the time. She grabbed me by the hair, and she threw me down onto her dad's sofa, and was berating me and calling me a pussy for being hit by a girl. She was literally drilling that into me. You're a pussy. You let a girl punch you. And this was out of the blue. This is weird behavior. I don't know where it came from to this day. She had never been like this before. And she gets up and goes to the kitchen. And to this day, again, I have no idea what she was going to fetch from the kitchen. And I wasn't going to wait to find out. And I ran to the front door, and it was locked. And I fumbled to get my keys out of my pocket. And I can hear her running from the kitchen to stop me. And I managed to get out just in time as she's grasping for me. And I got in my car, and I locked the car door behind me. And she was banging on the window, continuing this torrent of verbal abuse, that I was a pussy and that I couldn't fight a girl. She left, and my best friend came and picked me up, with me just crying and crying and crying in complete shock and completely confused as to what had just happened to me. I had just become the victim of domestic abuse.
Look at that,
happened
guys.
to me for the first time.
Look at that.
And sadly, not the last time. When I spoke to this girl on the phone afterwards and I said to her what she had done, she denied it, which is a fairly incredible thing to happen after what you've just been through. But she said it had never happened. And I told her if she didn't own up to what she had done, I would leave. And the first thing that you might ask yourself is, why would you go back to that person? And the answer is very simple. If you want to know why people go back to their abusers, it's because there's nothing else. If you have ever been in a situation where...
And there you go, guys, right? This is why all these, oh, I'm a Sigma male, and, you know, I don't have friends. And guys, everyone has to have friends. You have to have that wolf pack, right? Those guys that you have a network with, those guys who will call you and check up on you, guys whose house you can go to. If there's some crazy broad in your house, guys, you can't go through life alone, man.
Where you don't have a lot of money, you will know what it's like when all of a sudden you're faced with, do I go live with my parents? Do I have a friend that I can live with? And if the answer is no, you're stuck there. And so because you also love this person, you think, well, between love and me not wanting to go and throw myself on the mercy of my mother and my father, you go and you stay with that person. It's as simple as that. On the promise that they won't do it again. And this is what we did. She admitted she'd hit me. She said she would never do it again.
Look at that.
I said, if you do ever do it again, I will leave you. And I thought,
and guys, he stayed, because if they ever say that they're not going to do it again, whether it comes to cheating, whether it comes to DV, if they say that they're never going to do it again, and you believe them,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
absolute clown world, guys. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Never believe them, guys. Never, ever, 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 ever.
that would be enough. I thought that she would never hit me again because I had told her, if you do, I'll be gone. I thought love was enough, and I thought I have no other choice. And so I went and I lived with that girl again. It was probably a full year before she next hit me. And again, it was entirely out of the blue. And this time I thought, if I go limp, she will stop hitting me because she will feel like a monster. If she thinks she's hurt me, she won't keep hitting me.
Yeah, right.
And that is not the case. I can tell you now that's not the answer. If you go limp and that person is in enough of a blind rage, they just hit you and hit you and hit you. She slammed my head into the wall and I thought I would lose consciousness. She went to the kitchen cupboards and she pulled plates out and started smashing them on the floor. This was an angry, angry person that was not capable of handling their emotions. And for some reason, maybe once a year, it would come out of them in such a way that I would be physically abused.
Look at that.
I didn't leave her. I still didn't leave her. My friends told me, you have to get out. And I said, well, where am I going to go? And they said, oh, well, I haven't got room. And the option was to go back to my parents, which I absolutely should have done. But I couldn't bring myself to admit that I needed them because I was a young man and I was trying to be a young man and I did not want to go and live with my parents. So again, I said, if this ever happens again, that will be the end of it. And of course, after the second time of me saying this, it's an empty threat, and she knows it's an empty threat.
Yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't long.
Guys, once again, this is all mental manipulation, right? And guys, there's women who just know how to do this. Like I think that it's an inherent thing that some people who are just manipulative, they just have this weird thing in their brain where they just pick up on how to manipulate people from the jump. Others have to learn how to do it, but some are just, I don't know if it's a psychopathy or what, they just kind of know how to do it. But especially women, once again, women know that they can't just take a guy in a fight one-on-one. So they have to do the mental part first and then escalate to the physical part, and then use the mental part to actually keep the person around, you know?
Before she went for me again. The third time, I smashed a glass on the table because I saw her coming. She didn't sucker punch me this time. And I told her, if you hit me again, I am going to kill you. I am going to put this glass through your throat. I will kill you if you try and hit me again.
Look at that, guys. Now, guys, where do you think this goes? Do you guys think that she calls the cops to try and have him arrested?
Again. And she burst into laughter and made out like it was no big deal. And I guess that's what bullies do when they're threatened themselves, and when they think they actually can't get away with what they're going to do, they turn it into, I wasn't really going to do it. She was going to do it. From then on, that girl only damaged items of property. She smashed plates frequently. We must have been going through so many plates at one point. It was just ridiculous.
Damn.
And she continued to be very, very angry, and she continued to scare the living hell out of me.
Look at that.
Just because they're no longer hitting you doesn't mean you aren't being abused. I was terrified all of the time that I was living there because she was so frequently in a fit of rage. I can't stress enough, don't get violent in return. When I smashed that glass on the table, it was an instinctive thing, and it wasn't safe for anybody. It wasn't a good idea to try to match violence with violence. I should have just left long before it even got to that.
Guys, that is true. Because, guys, you will lose that every single time as a man. You'll end up in jail, right? And she's going to ultimately win in the end. And then she's going to go, you'll be in jail, and she'll go on to do it to someone else. Leave, call the cops, record as much as you can. But as ultimately, the best thing to do is avoid these dunderheads from the jump. The first red flag, guys, one strike and you're out. You know what I'm saying? And guys, when you meet chicks, when you go to their house, look in their bathroom, look and see if they have any SSRIs or anything that actually shows that they're emotionally unstable, mentally unwell. Look and see how they handle alcohol, right? If you guys are going out, this person's always getting smashed, or guys, here, hold on. See how she is around her friends, guys. If she's the drunken one that always causes the scene that the friends have to try and, we have to take care of her. I have to hold her hair when she pukes. Then you guys know that there's an issue. Disgusting.
Stage. If you're in this,
hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button. Once again, guys, this live stream will not be monetized after the fact. It just won't. This is too much of a controversial topic. So,
situation, please don't think that I am telling you to be violent in return and that'll end the violence. It worked out for me in the end. It might not work out for you. You might end up with a murder charge. You might end up with this person killing you because they overpower you and stick you with a glass. Don't do what I did. Mine was instinctual. Don't do what I did. If you're in this situation now, you need to get out of it. You need to go and find a good person. And I'm not saying go get into another relationship. I'm saying find a friend that will take you, go back to your parents. For God's sakes, if you're feeling like, oh, I have too much pride, fuck your pride, go back to your parents. Because if you keep staying in that relationship, it will do you serious, serious harm. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. You will be harmed, perhaps forever, if you stay there long enough. I am thankful to the bottom of my heart that I have managed to move on from that place. I used to duck in the early days of my relationship with Nisha if she raised her hand because I was afraid she was going to hit me. And it's ridiculous because that girl would never hit me. That girl would never hit me. I'm better now. And I'm lucky that I am better. When it finally...
He's lucky to be alive, honestly. You know?
It is over. You have an awful lot of recovering to do. And it is so much harder than the hardship you'll be going through to just get yourself somewhere safe and be safe going forwards and rebuild your life. Rebuilding your life is easier than picking yourself back up at the end of this relationship. You're perhaps thinking, well, what did you do? How did you get out? I didn't. I wasn't strong enough, and I wish I had been, and I wish someone had told me the damage that relationship was doing to me and the hardship that I would face coming to terms with what that relationship had done to me, because I left that situation feeling completely destroyed because that girl left me for another man. The girl that I loved, the girl that I had let physically abuse me over the course of 3.5 years, abandoned me for somebody else.
Look at that. Crazy.
And that hurt just as much. And that felt like the same level of emotional abuse.
Look at this, guys. Guy says he's this guy said he was married, had 3 young kids. He's 6'3", was in the gym, worked out all the time. She come home drunk and beat him up. She was 5'3" and light as a feather. She would throw plates and cups and kettles at him. And then she used a roller and knocked out 2 of his teeth and broke his arm. She pulled out a knife. And then he grabbed the knife out of her hand and threw her outside and locked the door. Called the cops. The cops didn't believe her. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Guy says he was in an abusive relationship for many years. Crippled him in so many ways. Guy said he was trapped in this type of relationship for 10 years. Look at that. Guy said his girlfriend used stiletto heels on him. Look at that. All these guys say it and no one believed them. Person says she's an ER nurse, and this does happen equally to men as much as women. Damn. Look at that, guys. So guys, here, let's see where this ultimately ends up, all right? Look at this, guys.
This woman's on trial for murder. Prosecutors say it was a jealous rage. She says she shot in self-defense. As Diane McInerney reports, the courtroom demeanor of Shayna Hubers and the defense she's offering is sparking comparisons to convicted killer Jodi Arias.
She smiles and mouths, "I love you," to her family in court. 24-year-old Shayna Hubers strokes and teases her long hair during breaks. No one would think she's on trial for allegedly shooting her boyfriend dead in a jealous rage.
You guys remember this story? This story was everywhere.
I got up off the floor and I grabbed the gun and I shot him.
Huber shot 29-year-old attorney Ryan Poston in the face just hours before he was to go on a date with a Miss USA pageant contestant.
Ohio!
She was Miss Ohio, Audrey Balti. You may recall it was Audrey who made a famous gaffe during the national broadcast, referring to Julia Roberts' character in Pretty Woman, a hooker as a positive role model.
Julia Roberts, and she was having a rough time. But you know what? She came out on top and she didn't let anybody stay in her path.
Some say it may have cost her the Miss USA crown. Miss Ohio went home as second runner-up and resumed her life. She met Ryan Poston on Facebook.
I asked for some help on a review of some movies that were going on at the time, and he had replied to one of them and left a funny, interesting comment.
They made a date, but while she was waiting for him in a bar, Shayna Hubers shot him at his apartment.
Look at that. She came in there, took him out.
Times. She claims it was self-defense, but prosecutors say she lashed out because he was breaking up with her.
When I first shot him, he let out a really loud noise that sounded like an animal. It was a very animalistic noise. It scared me. It freaked me out.
Because you shot him in the face.
And because you didn't want to watch him die. You shot him more times to the point where you knew he was dead.
I said those things.
In this interrogation tape, she is seen actually singing about the killing.
I did. Yes, I did. I can't believe I did that.
And listen to what she tells a police officer about shooting him in the face.
I gave him his nose job. He wanted.
Look at that. Called the new Jodi Arias, who killed her boyfriend in a jealous rage. She gave disturbing testimony claiming her boyfriend sexually abused her, and so did Hubers. Cincinnati Enquirer reporter Bob Strictly is covering the trial.
The testimony has been.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. What a joke. Look at this.
To a disturbing case out of Baytown that we've been following since this weekend. A woman is accused of killing her boyfriend and dismembering his body with a machine.
Look at that, guys. A little.
Machete. Stephen Coleman's remains were found in Chambers County last month. Channel 2's Andy Sirota is live in Baytown with new information on the interaction the suspect had with police before her arrest. Andy.
Hi, Keith. Good afternoon. Police say initially it was Sierra Sutton who first reported her boyfriend missing back on August the 18th. But they say shortly after that, about a day or so later, she just quit cooperating with authorities. She wouldn't return their phone calls. She wouldn't answer her phone. And they say she set up an interview with investigators, but then failed to show up. Sutton now behind bars at the Jefferson Parish Jail in Metairie, Louisiana, awaiting extradition. Investigators say they have talked to her a few times after her arrest, and they describe her demeanor as uncaring and showing no remorse. Police arrested Sutton at an apartment complex in Metairie. They say she had contacted numerous people, friends in Louisiana, who then gave statements to police saying that Sutton committed the murder. Police have talked to some of the witnesses repeatedly. They also say after speaking with Sutton multiple times in jail, she helped them connect some of the dots. They say, though, she did not confess to the murder. Police recently spoke with Coleman's mother.
My heart goes out to him. She's obviously devastated, heartbroken. Whatever adjective you want to use to describe, she's crushed. This is her loved one. It's her son. I'm sure a lot of us in this room are parents. Could you imagine what it would feel like to get this information about your child? Just absolutely devastating.
Police say based on multiple statements from witnesses and statements that Sutton made herself, they were able to say that she was at the apartment when Coleman was shot. They continue to process the dumpster where they believe some of his remains were placed at that apartment complex.
Look at that, guys. This is where it always ends up, guys. Always. Always, guys. Look at this.
Well, a surprise twist today for a murder suspect in Spring, Texas, caught in a love triangle.
A woman accused of killing her lover over his other lover finds out that he had a wife all along too.
Damn, look at that.
Justice Live with this deadly affair.
Damn, she can get it. Oops. And this first
Spring,
she can get it
Texas.
too. Yeah, she's all right. But man, this sick here.
26's tipped police the body
How you
to
doing?
her after confusion over who was the real wife.
A love triangle leaves a Spring man dead. The Harris County Sheriff's Office saying an adult female, Karen Stewart, advised responding deputies that she shot her husband after he told her he was in love with another woman. That other woman was with him at the time. Karen Stewart is now in jail, charged with murder, bond set at $75,000. The love triangle unfolding as investigators learn more. Stewart is a girlfriend of James Hardgrove, the victim. James married but recently separated.
I got the call that my husband had been shot, and they took him to Houston Northwest. He didn't make it. It's very hard to believe. It's we've been married for 14 years. It's very hard to believe.
Sandra Hartgrove, the wife, is in disbelief, saying they separated in November and that she was unaware of the other women.
I've never met the person. I have no idea. My knowledge is she's a caregiver.
She says James was her best friend and they spoke every other day.
Talked to him every other day. I haven't really seen him since my nephew's wedding, but I talked to him every other day. He just recovered from COVID. He had been in the hospital. He was there 5 months. He couldn't walk. He had 2 heart attacks, a stroke, his kidneys failed, and he had just recovered from all of that.
Cooked. Because this is where it always goes. Look at that. Look at that, guys. This is where it always ends up. Always. You guys remember we saw this chick too?
Story we're following for you. A teenage girl stabbed her boyfriend to death amid an argument, and today, nearly 2 years later, she's pleaded guilty. The deadly stabbing happened in Northwest Miami-Dade, December of 2024.
Christian Colon is with us now with that major update from the courtroom. And Christian,
guys, we even have the body cam footage.
will this teenager get any prison time for killing her boyfriend?
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, that's right. Jahar Malik pleaded guilty today, and now she will let the judge decide her sentencing. When it comes to prison time, she is facing up to 30 years behind bars. Take a look. This is Jahar Malik. She was 17 at the time that she stabbed her boyfriend. She's charged with manslaughter for killing her boyfriend, 17-year-old Yakeem Lawler. Lawler's family has been very vocal since the beginning, holding protests outside the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office, demanding accountability. Their calls for justice eventually led prosecutors to actually file charges against Malik more than a month after the...
Wait, this is the body cam. Hold on.
Was a
Yeah, well,
Because
so nice.
he didn't. This is okay.
Yes.
We be having nice. We both having nice. Like when he come to my house, we just do that every time. We get in arguments.
So what? So y'all okay? So you guys getting arguments and you put you on? I'm on. I'm on. Yeah. I mean, I already talked to him. Sorry.
And then I had the knife, but I was.
Were you guys arguing before that?
No, we was just over here fighting, and then
So you guys are arguing?
yes, and then well, we wasn't arguing. We was just like play fighting and stuff. And that's when he was making me mad, and that's when I had the knife right here. And then he ended up running to it, but I'm not thinking because he already knew I had it. He was trying to get it from me, but he ended up running to it.
All right. Do you have an ID?
No, I don't have no
ID.
ID.
Do you know your social? Listen.
My last four.
You know your last four? Okay. What? I'm trying to figure what's going on.
You know, like what's going to happen. I just need him to wake up. I
don't know. They're working on it. Okay, just relax. They're working on it.
Okay, if he alive, then what?
Huh?
Where we go from there?
We gotta take him to the hospital.
Okay, and then what?
And then we'll just go from there. When he wakes up, we talk to him and everything.
He's like.
We gotta wait. You're 17 also. Okay, what's your date of birth?
Go like. My mom don't even know nothing.
At Jahara's sentencing, the prosecutor seemed to question that story based on questions she posed to the lead detective.
Did you have an opportunity to review the medical examiner's report?
I did.
What did you learn in particular about the wound?
The medical examiner described the wound to be 12 to 6, which means that's the angle that they used to describe the positioning. The 12 o'clock was the blunt part of it, meaning that the part with that's not sharp. The 6 o'clock was a sharp one, so it was straight in the chest, a little bit to the left, and it was 10.1 centimeters in depth, which translates to 3.976 of the whole blade.
Do you know how long the blade of itself was?
4 inches.
4 inches. Okay. So so the wound was essentially 4 inches almost in depth.
Yeah.
You guys saw the size of the knife that was used in the Carmelo Anthony case, right? Guys, it doesn't take much, you know?
Can you describe every
Family and her friend spoke about her grief, the son that she lost, and the pain she feels to this day.
You will meet my son one day and you'll remember him for the rest of your life. She took that away. The night of, it was a regular day in our house. We was putting up the Christmas tree, me and Treasure.
Guys, here, check this out. Guys, hit the like button, guys. Let's try and hit 100 likes, guys. Hit the super chat button because once again, this live stream won't be monetized after the fact. And yeah, guys, here we go.
We've talked to you about the signs before.
Yes, and you think you found love, but over time you realize that special someone isn't the person you thought.
Angry, mean, aggressive, and then violent.
Tonight, News 5 looks at domestic violence, but it's in a way we usually don't talk about. It's the struggle to get help when the victim is a man.
Look at that.
News 5 anchor Frank Wiley is live with the story, all new at 11 tonight. Frank?
Well, the man we talked to says part of his healing is sharing, but when he was going through it, he didn't think his voice mattered. For 3 years, passion grew, eventually burning him.
That's why my eye is blue.
He'd heard how love sometimes blinded and muted.
Men are living in silence.
Laura Cowan's a victim's advocate. She told me more men are reaching out for help. According to a government survey, 1 in 7 men have been abused. Those are just the cases that have been reported.
She was also a concealed carry owner.
Fred Barkley says that ex-girlfriend pulled the gun on him and swung.
The first time it hit me on my arm and it broke the skin. I was like, damn, this is serious.
It really was. It got worse.
She did it again. This time she hit me in the head.
Embarrassment kept him quiet. He didn't know if anyone would believe him.
Honestly, the black male is always under the gun. If we get accused of something, we are guilty off the rip.
Around the same time, Fred's eyes had been giving him trouble. Keratoconus, blurred vision, forced surgery. The cornea transplant didn't last for long. A punch to the eye made sure of it.
Blood and water began to pour out of my eye.
He didn't want trouble for her, so he limped through the lie and told police he'd fallen. By the way, men are less likely to look for help or report abuse. Live in Cleveland, Frank Wiley, News 5.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. This happens all the time. And guys, the only way that you're going to get justice, right, is if you maintain relationships with men that are actual, that care about you, who will call and check up on you. You know what I'm saying? That's it, guys. Other than that, you're just cooked. You're cooked. Men will never, ever, ever be seen as victims anywhere near in the same way that women are. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, I know that we try and be funny on this channel because this really isn't funny. And guys, if you do have a friend of yours who's going through this, guys, I need you to say, look, come stay with me, man. You know? Come stay with me. Friggin', I'll call the cops for you. Well, check this out.
The girl you see here smiling ear to ear is accused of a brutal crime. She's under arrest for allegedly trying to kill her sleeping boyfriend with a hatchet. We have the story behind this mugshot that has since gone viral, and there is a lot to unpack. We're on the case, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. So
crazy stuff.
Bruce, often we cover stories
smiling in her mugshot. Look at that.
That involve mugshots here at Law and Crime. And also in cases where the allegations that someone is facing are just so gruesome. Now, the girl you see in this photo smiling is Lena D'Oliveira. This is her booking photo from the Cass County Jail in North Dakota. That's where Fargo is. D'Oliveira is facing charges.
Chick comes at you with a hatchet. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna judge you for what you do, you know?
For what police say happened around 5:30 in the morning on September 5th. And these are pictures from her Facebook page. She's 23 years old. And this is a picture of the detached garage, the alleged scene of the crime. This is where police say this attack allegedly took place. Now, police were called to this garage in Fargo early in the morning on September 5th, and they found D'Oliveira's boyfriend with significant injuries and a trail of blood leading to the garage where all of this allegedly happened. Now, it appears much of this case is based on an eyewitness who says he saw everything. He's a man who was also staying in this detached garage where D'Oliveira and her boyfriend were allegedly staying as well.
Look at this broad. Look at these eyes, guys. What's going on? No, thanks.
Well, per media outlet Inform. And this is where this story gets disturbing and the details can get gory. The man said he woke up on September 5th around 5:30 in the morning and he heard D'Oliveira's boyfriend screaming. And he says that he allegedly saw D'Oliveira behind her boyfriend swinging a hatchet. He said he didn't see the impact being made, but he described the sound like, quote, splitting wood. The man said D'Oliveira's boyfriend's fingers were missing and he saw blood and a massive mark through the man's skull, allegedly from that hatchet. And he said that it sounded like the hatchet was hitting the headboard of a bed based on the sound. Now, when police arrived, they couldn't find D'Oliveira. That witness said that she was homeless, that she had been staying at different homes in the area, as well as the detached garage where all of this allegedly happened. Now, before I get into how law enforcement tracked D'Oliveira down, it is clear from her social media that she faced challenges. And this is important context in understanding the story and this suspect. And it is shocking, not just the allegations that she's facing, but shocking because it appears this year that she had been on the up. Here's a post from April 8th when she said, quote, did somebody get sober? Promise she'll look good on you. Then on April 14th, she made this long post about how she was taking accountability and getting treatment. She recognized she, quote,
Look at that. An IV user of meth, fentanyl, damn.
Made poor decisions in my whole life, and getting help was one of the best decisions she had ever made, quote, for my children and I. In this post, she talked about how she...
Of course she has kids, guys. Of course she does.
Struggled with substance abuse, but that she was taking it on head on and embracing sobriety. Then on April 30th, she proudly marked that she was 30 days sober. Now, anyone who has had substance abuse issues in their family will tell you that 30 days can be a huge accomplishment and that recovery is never a straight line. It is a constant minutes and
someone who is in acute crisis.
Cooked. Hold on, guys. Watch this.
I just got tested by God. This girl bashed my head open. The girl that was my girlfriend, she bashed my head open and with a vacuum broke it on my head and gashed my head open with the vacuum. And I went to the hospital. I was in there for a minute. Whole like blood leaking down my side of my head, blood leaking from my forehead. This girl even tried to clean up the blood around the crib so the police would not find it. Crazy. You know, another crazy thing, the Ankh necklace that I usually have, it broke because she broke it, which means she was breaking peace, breaking my protection or trying to. I didn't put my hands on her, none of that. Every other man in my situation, you know what they would have did, bro?
I guarantee he's still with her, right, guys?
All my cousins and everybody telling me, bro, you better than me, bro. You better than me, because I would have beat her ass. I would have killed her. I would have put her in a duffel bag. She don't know how much of a grace I gave her because I had all the power in the world to ball my fist up and hit you. But I didn't because I walked by God. I mean, the true God, true faith, true Christ consciousness. I will not protection or pure darkness. Straight evil.
But yeah, guys, he didn't call the cops. She gonna end up deleting.
It's Men's Mental Health Month, so I want to talk about a
Okay, folks, I'm here to share with you all.
This one's kind of long, but there was one more, and then this guy he was talking about, and he was just saying, "Look, like."
But I would tolerate
crap from her all the time. And then that grew into physical abuse. So I was raised to treat women sacredly. I was raised that women are to be protected and provided for. I was raised in a religious system, and a family apparatus that in a lot of ways, well intended as it may be, neutered me as a man. And
yeah, and that's what trad cons do, guys. Trad cons neuter men. They encourage behavior that neuters you as a man. Put a 1 if you agree.
I think it didn't start off with abuse, right? It started off with a lot of disrespect, and it was small and then gradually grew. And the issue is that, at least from the framework that I had when I was married to her, there was no longer accountability in the relationship because we were married, right? And so it's like, I have to make this work. That was my mindset. Is I have,
and that's how they get men. And that's why, guys, you can't listen to these trad cons when it comes to marriage, because oftentimes guys will say, look, I have to make the marriage work. It's up to me to make the marriage work. And women they just leave at any time. A woman always has the right to change her mind. Means that it's up to you to compel her to not change her mind. If you believe that, guys,
you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Absolutely insane. And this is what trad cons like friggin' Matt Walsh and all those idiots will never talk about.
To make this work. And so it started off with just disrespect and me tolerating it. So if you don't address it right away, and if there's not real consequences to it, it will start to become normalized. And then it will go further and further until there's a line drawn. So I tolerated disrespect at first. I tolerated nonsense. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. There's no divorce in our family. We take care of stuff. You work at something hard enough and long enough, you'll figure it out. So I was in it to win it, sort of thing. Like that was where my mindset was at. But I would tolerate crap from her all the time, and then that grew into physical abuse. And I'll just tell you one story, dude. This is just absolutely crazy. Like, maybe guys, this will validate other guys out there, but dude, there was this one afternoon. I used to throw out my back all the time. I've done a lot of physical therapy to get it back in shape. So I got an inversion table at one point. It would just, in that, when I was hanging upside down, there was no pain. So I was hanging in my office, and she comes in, and it's like those Bruce eyes from Little Nemo, you know, the shark. It's like those black eyes, dude. It's just like, and I can see it. I'm like, oh shit, dude. And she's like, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. She just starts barking orders disrespectfully. Now we're not in a fight. I haven't said anything to her. I haven't done anything to her. It's like 30 minutes worth of work. And there's like 5 hours before parents come over. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get it done. That was just like the blood in the water. So then she's like, yo, you got to do it right now. Get up and go take care of this. It's barking at me. And at some point, I just stopped paying attention to her. So then she goes for my phone, and she tries to yank my phone out of my hand. I know if she gets my phone, she's going to break it, because she's broke previous phone. She smashed my laptop. She keyed my truck. Like, I know this is going to be like a $700 expense if she gets it out of my hand.
Keyed his truck, guys.
Tried to yank the phone out. She's obviously not strong enough to get out of my hand. So I'm just holding on to it. And when that doesn't work, dude, she goes straight Rocky Balboa on my ass, dude. She just starts punching me in the nuts, kicking me in the head, just as hard as she can. And she's not very big, so she's not doing a ton of damage, and trying to take the phone out of my hand. So I'm trying to protect my nuts, like upside down, trying to cover up the kicks to the head, trying to hold on to my phone. Dude, I just sat there for like probably 2 minutes until she punched herself out. And I sat up and I was just like, what the fuck happened? And that stuff, I mean, that wasn't the only incident like this. This kind of stuff happened a lot, but it was because I tolerated it. I allowed it to get to that point in that relationship because I wasn't ready to leave. But I would tolerate crap.
You know that, guys? All of us know guys that are in this particular situation. Because we are the only ones who give a damn. That's just the way it works. All right, guys, here, let's switch gears here, guys. Let's look at some of these crazy girlfriends getting arrested, shall we? And guys, you know what? Here, for the last couple minutes, guys, I'll drop the link for anyone who's coming up. Oops. Let's see. Let's go here. Guys, please, 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 please don't deal with one of these underheads putting their hands on you. You know? Let's do this.
That's the sound of the police.
There we go. Yeah, guys, here we go.
Your relationship become abusive if you're the manager at your job?
On September 1st, 2025, police were called after a female couple got into an argument that led to an altercation.
What's going on?
That's her shit. I know. I came to pick her ass up. She doing too much. She drunk. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. And then who's been? All right. Did you call?
I didn't call. I don't know what the. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry.
I just came down to pick her ass up. That's it.
Okay. All right.
One. This is not the right one, bro. These are some lesbians, though. This is it.
Just void everything.
Look at this.
We changed the locks yesterday, and now all of our keys are missing.
You told me,
All of our keys are missing, and the guy who lived here, my mail came here, and he had to take my mail. I think, this is what I think. I think he's working with my ex-boyfriend. That's exactly what I think. And I think there's several other people involved to make it look like I'm doing something that I'm not.
On September 16th, 2024, Flagler County deputies responded to a reported domestic-related incident in Palm Coast, Florida.
Ohio, Flagler, Florida.
Authorities said a 39-year-old woman allegedly poured gasoline.
Whoa, that's a rough 39. Whoa, boy. Look at that.
In and around her ex-boyfriend's home and attempted to throw gasoline on him during a confrontation.
Look at that.
The man told deputies he discovered a gas can inside the residence emitting fumes and actively burning, and he moved it outside to prevent further danger. The woman was not at the scene when deputies arrived, but was located and taken into custody about 30 minutes later in connection with a separate case.
Whose car is this? Do you have a? Do you have a? No. Do you have a hose I could put that out, or no? Or a bucket of water? I'm just afraid I don't want it to catch.
Look at that.
Huh? Do you have a? Do you have a? No. I would just let me get some water, dude. See, look, it's already burning. Let me.
Look.
I know. I'll
Guys, if I ever get to that, if I ever look like that, it's up to one of you guys to track me down and put me out of my misery. Good God, look at this. The cop pulls up and this guy says,
I'm here to help you out.
Oh no!
Yeah, we'll help you out. Let me just get that fire out.
I've been telling them, you guys, this is going to kill them.
This is my first time here, buddy.
I know, it's not your fault. I got to get my son.
Where's he at?
Get the pawn shop. He just got off the bus.
I know, but we gotta investigate this, and I gotta talk to you, man.
It's simple, bro. I know. I'm sorry, but
no, you're all right.
That's gas.
She needs some dough.
Yeah. Whose cars are these?
That's his car. He's like, I rolled up here. Like, what is going on?
What about that one? Yeah, me
I don't
too.
know. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I can smell that thing from down the road. Like
look at that.
Fire. I put it out. He's like letting it. I'm like, I gotta put this out real quick, buddy.
Can you imagine walking in there
She
first?
tried to
with
burn
gas
the
and
house
heat,
down.
Trying to put that out. No, I'm trying to figure out whose car she's in.
Consistent moving his car first. Last time, I was the last person to arrest her and violate her probation. She was at, I forgot what restaurant it is over there.
She's been arrested for this before.
In one of the restaurants close to here, and
What's their relationship? It must be like.
I think that they were at one point dating. I don't remember
That's what
correctly.
it sounds like. He said
but
it. Yeah.
she has a no contact order against his son. So that day that when she was arrested is because she threatened him by throwing a beer bottle at his car. So that's why she got arrested that day and violated her probation.
Oh my God.
And she let it come here as long as the son's not here is one of the things. So I guess she has legal residency here.
Just get him. It's an easy battery criminal mischief.
Yeah.
We'll take pictures to the counter, and you want to fill it out here because it's net. I mean, let's do it.
if you want, I'll go pick her up for you guys.
No, we'll go.
You don't have lunch. I'll do it. She's lucky you can do that 30 years ago.
Yeah, no, we can't count them out.
Let's give ahead,
Set a
guys.
fire to an inner dwelling, willfully and unlawfully. Set a fire to an inner dwelling. So I mean, I know it's weak, but she's pouring gas and lighting
Yeah.
fire. We're gonna charge that with arson.
Look at this cop's based, man. Look at how based this cop is. He said we are going to charge her with arson. Facts.
64 Boston Lane. I just looked.
You will care or what? You want to have fun?
You can go.
All right. Just make sure he puts in there, that what happened, like, because he's scattered right.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get, like, she came over, the gasoline, lit the fire in the house because that was lit inside. He took it out.
Damn.
Okay.
And then obviously, and pulled his shirt off. So that's the battery. And then I'll help you through it, but yes, we check.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. This cop is not playing games, man.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
It's nice to see a police officer do that, frankly.
Yeah, really, because a lot of times, man, they just can't even be bothered. And Trent, we've seen guys, Keyshawn, Dante, Time Travel, Red Door, 8-Bit. You guys remember we've seen cops try and talk men out of pressing charges.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of male cops have been brainwashed by this Duluth protocol nonsense.
Yeah.
And frankly, let's be honest.
Do you honestly? I mean, bro, really? Do you want to send her to jail? It's like, of course. If this,
yes,
yes,
absolutely. She did the time. She should do the time.
Exactly.
I mean,
you were saying?
equal rights deserve equal lefts. Thank you very much.
Yep. Equal rights, equal fights. Yep.
Well, it's more than just that. Let's understand that with gay marriage, we're seeing lesbian on lesbian domestic violence numbers that show us exactly how violent women are when they think they are stronger than their potential mate, and they can get away with it. That's real female domestic violence. And, our law enforcement system is frankly brainwashed with this feminist gynocentric Duluth protocol bullshit that is all about, it's Me Too for men, except it's been going on for 25 fragging years. Over to you.
Well, there was a point that you had made. I forget, but either way, yeah, guys, you got to realize, a chick who's gonna try and light your house on fire, cut up your property, guys. Come on now, you got to leave these chicks alone.
Give him the rights, and we'll go try to.
All right, get her.
Is that cool?
Yes, sir.
Hey, for you. Good. Is Melanie here? One thing without talking to her. So, is she living? Is this where she lives? Okay. Okay. Where did you say she works, or what does she do? Huh? Okay, text her out. Okay.
I'm not sure if it is the number, but if you want to keep anyways.
Okay. Was she supposed to work tonight?
I think so. I don't know what when is her day off.
Okay. All right. Well, we might be back later if she comes home. Like I said, we're just trying to get her side of something. So that's all we can do. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Here we go, guys. Now let's see what her story is.
What do you mean the whole?
Your keys missing? My keys are missing. Everybody's house keys are missing. Everybody's house keys are missing. I wasn't gone. I've been out there the whole time.
You been where?
I've been out back the whole time.
Yeah, right.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I left earlier
Left earlier. When'd you leave?
to go to the laundromat.
Huh?
To go to the laundromat. That's it.
Laundromat?
Over there by the smoke shop.
How long have you been home for?
I've been home for about 45 minutes to an hour.
An hour. Did you just go to the smoke shop today? Did you do anything else today?
No, I stopped by a friend's house and then that's it. On the way, that's it. I called my probation officer. Text my probation officer. I called you guys. I got all this
He's
stuff.
got a
trying to do my
probation
Cash App
officer
and my
and is
bank
being
account. I'm
violent.
locked.
Yeah, do you remember that they had arrested her before, like a restaurant, because she was violating her probation? So she's obviously been in and out of jail. You know,
well, understand that generally, if you're a released felon and you have history of violence and you do a violent thing on probation, you should automatically, someone should reach out by the scruff of the neck, pull you in, put you back in the prison system.
yeah,
but that
she's
didn't
a
happen
woman.
with her.
Yeah, but she's a woman, though. You know.
Was anyone with you when you went to the laundromat?
No.
Oh, you were by yourself. You just got you've been home like an hour. You said you went to a friend's house. Whose house did you go to?
No, I didn't go in there. I stopped by there.
What friend?
Over in our section.
What friend? Huh? Brett? Okay. So what's going on with this? You said us not helping. What's been going on with that?
I have been trying to tell you that somebody has been in my bank accounts, sending text messages, void everything, to do something to me, and you guys are like not doing anything about it. And then their keys, you said, are your keys missing?
I just
I'm 10-12.
I changed the lock on my house.
We changed the locks yesterday, and now
Who's this person trying to stand up
all
for
of
her?
our keys are missing.
Her daughter?
Oh, hold on, we'll find out. It was before. It was 10:57. Before. Okay, Cash App. Somebody has another Cash App account in my name. Somebody has tried to burn my phone number. My phone number. They tried to burn that phone number. Look, you
Can you
get
show
one.
me the Cash App? What are you talking about? The Cash App thing?
There's two different Cash Apps.
Can you show me both?
I can show you screenshots. No, hold on. I'm gonna try to. Yeah, come here. Look, timeline. Look, I got a timeline. Everything. Okay, pending. Oh, Michael Solano, 175, 75, 5, 10, plus 60, plus 60. I never paid that. Hold on. I got my I had him email me my statements. I had Cash App email me my statements for the month of November. I never used.
She's not making sense.
I reported it stolen.
Yeah. You seem a little more upset today than last time I was here. Something going on today?
You guys never stop. This has still been going on. How do you think it feels to be hiding out there, not being able to make a call, not being able to do anything? And then when I say I feel upset, I feel like I don't feel like hurting myself, but that's the way these people are making me feel.
Yeah.
So it's not like, okay, all of these permissions.
I can turn it off for you. I'll explain everything.
Such crap. She's trying to burn his house down.
I'm sorry, but she's doing suicidal ideation.
Okay,
to a police officer.
Trent, say self-deletion and not the S word.
Well, self-deletion. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse
please.
me.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, if a man had said that, they would be all over him and trying to get him in the local loony bin.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing that to her.
Yep.
I'll explain it to you in a second. Okay. It's not.
Now back to jail you go.
It's time.
About what you're saying. Just wait a second.
Let him get
wait
him,
a second.
Let him get him secured so they don't get tighter on you. We'll get
I'll get everything for you.
Let him do what he's got to do.
Do you have anything on you at all? No. Just give me a second.
Oh,
Okay?
man.
All right. Just walk over here.
I don't understand. Can you please tell me what I'm being arrested for?
I was 1 second. Okay.
I was here. All you have to do, I was here.
Just go to my car, all right? I'll explain everything to you, okay? You stand by my car for a second. All right. You say you have nothing on you at all?
No, in the past.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go.
He literally provokes me until he freaks the out. He's trying to take my kid. I tried to get a phone out of his hand because he's recording me, trying to get a reaction out of me. He called me
Look at all these tattoos, and she's yelling into the kid's ear too.
a dumb. Call me a bunch of names.
On June 22nd, 2025, officers responded to a domestic
He did the smart thing and he recorded the whole thing.
dispute involving a 4-month-old child. The argument reportedly began after a disagreement between the couple over morning routines and personal space, which escalated into the woman allegedly pushing and striking the man multiple times in the presence of their baby.
It's you.
Okay.
I'm so sick and tired of him. He literally provokes me and
The first thing she does is blame him.
provokes me until I freak the fuck out.
Is the baby okay?
Yes, the baby's fine. I don't want him near me. I don't want him near my kid.
Let's go to the front of the patrol car, alright? Just relax.
No, it's not okay. I can't relax because of him.
Don't look over there.
He's trying to take my kid.
Okay, you need to calm down right now, okay?
Because I have anxiety. I have major anxiety.
Oh, please.
No, I just have major anxiety, and he knows that, so he works me up to that point.
We need to relax. We need to relax.
He's trying to take my kid.
Why do women always weaponize psychological
Because it
terms
works.
to hurt men?
Because it works. I told you guys, one of the things that you need to do by the time you guys are in your mid to late 20s is steel yourself to the effects of women's tears. Because the only time that women are actually crying for real is when they're in the dark by themselves. If a woman's crying in public or on social media, guys, don't trust her. Don't trust her.
You know, honestly, I want him out of my house.
Does he live there with
Yes,
you?
I just moved him in, but he has no address, nothing coming here.
Okay, is this his child?
Yes.
Do you guys have it in common?
No, we don't have anything in writing. Nothing.
No. I'm saying, so this is his and your child,
Yes.
right? Okay. How old is the child?
He's 4 months old today.
Okay. What else started this?
Him screaming at me this morning. Him screaming at me because he told me to wake him up at 2:30.
Normal voice. I can't help you.
Because he's trying to take him away from me.
I can't help you if you're gonna be up here. We gotta bring it down here, okay?
I have medicine in my house.
I'm here to help you, okay?
No, I feel like you guys are just taking his side. You guys are just gonna take his side. That's how it feels. So you guys think I'm the
See
one
that? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right.
doing everything, and he's trying to take my kid.
At any point, did he take
No, I tried to get a phone out of his hand because he's recording me, trying to get a reaction out of me.
Okay, did you hit him?
Yes, I pushed him and slapped the phone out of his hand.
You pushed him?
Yes, because he doesn't get to get in my face and scream like that.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get the full story. But you got to explain to me from start.
From start, I tried to wake him up at 2:30. He started screaming at me because his tooth hurts. And from then on, it just kept going. He kept telling me he wanted space, but then would mumble shit under his breath, call me a bunch of names.
See?
So it makes me mad.
And that's how you know that this isn't real, because guys just don't start name calling for no reason. And she said that he called her names that a chick would call a dude, you know?
And he doesn't get
to humiliate him.
to walk around doing that.
So at what point did it become, what made it escalate?
Because he sits there like this.
Okay,
He goes there like that. And he gets in my face.
Okay. So he was putting a phone in your face and that upset you?
Yes, because he's the one that started this whole thing.
Okay, and then how did you push him?
I pushed him like this and slapped him to get the phone.
Where did you slap him at?
I don't know.
Like open-handed slap?
Just a slap like that.
Okay.
And it's not fair. He has a bunch of videos of us from. I want them off our his phone because he's gonna post them. He already told me he's gonna post them. That's illegal.
Wait a second.
My
Hold on,
phone.
hold on.
Bunch of videos of us from. I want them off our his phone.
Actually, guys, a lot of states have laws against that. Guys, don't do that. If you have an ex who pisses you off, guys, don't. And then you guys made your own little homemade stuff. Guys, don't put it out there because you will go to jail.
Because he's gonna post them. He already told me he's gonna post them. That's illegal.
We got to bring it down a notch.
He told me he's posting them. It's illegal to do that.
I'll talk to him about it, but we got to bring it down today. You have a baby in your hand.
Yeah, because he's not gonna take it from me.
You're yelling in your baby's ear right now. Don't put your baby's hearing at risk, right?
No.
Right, you love your baby.
I
right?
do.
Right,
Please.
So let's breathe.
She is using her child as a physical shield against her ex and her
Say again?
and the police.
Start over, Trent.
She is using her child as a human shield.
Yeah.
This is not what a real parent does.
There was one video where the woman was actually using her kid as a human shield against the cops. I think I posted in Discord, but I'll have to do a bad mom stream and we'll go over that.
Breathe, okay? Okay. He's a little cute little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna figure it out, okay? I promise. I'm gonna go talk to him, okay? Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, but he's literally sitting there recording me hitting my head because I get to that point with my
Sounds good. Okay. Don't leave, okay? Relax right here.
Hello?
What happened today? What started all this?
So I woke up, told her I needed space to get ready. You know, let me get ready, whatever. Started getting ready. We got into an argument. She said I was being mean.
What was the argument about?
Because how I woke up, and I was like, I guess I was being mean when I woke up.
Okay.
You know, I was kind of grumpy when I woke up, and she's sensitive. She's really sensitive. Started arguing, got heated, a bunch of shit was being said. I mean, this has been, I don't know, I have videos of all this. It's been happening the last 3 days. But
So you woke up in the morning, you think you were kind of upset, you just need some space. So you
told her I needed space, and they got heated. She was getting mad.
It was verbal, and at any point did it become physical?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I never laid hands on her.
Never did?
Nope, never.
Did she lay hands on you?
Yes, and I have videos on my phone.
You have video of it on your phone?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
That's fine, man. You got any weapons or anything?
No. Yelling and screaming, you're not leaving, you're not leaving. Stuff like, I don't want to be. And it got to the point where I was like, after she laid her hands on me, I was like, I can't do this. And I started packing up my stuff, and she just started yelling and screaming, you're not leaving, you're not leaving. Because, like, we have a kid together. And
that is your kid biologically?
That is my kid.
Okay.
That is my kid.
And you guys live together?
We were together for a year. We broke up for 3 months, and we just recently got back together. And she wanted me to move in. And I was like, yeah, I'll move in because I love my kid and I want to work it out. And it just hasn't really been.
Have you been staying here?
Yeah.
How long have you been staying here for?
Like a week.
Only like a week?
Yeah.
Would you consider this your primary residence?
No. I mean, sort of. I don't know. Kind of.
Come on, dude.
Where did she hit? Like,
all right.
It's not a choice. But if I'm asking you what I was talking about in the back of your neck. You see that redness? Is that normal for you?
No.
Okay.
Good. Now she's cooked. Now she's
gonna happen.
Absolutely.
If,
Video evidence of her beating on him, and he's got physical marks the police see.
Yeah.
The law says that if they see something like that, they have to take whomever in.
But who pushed to have said law passed?
Feminists did. They thought they would
you
put more
very
men
much.
in jail.
And guess what, you dunderheaded broads?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You played yourselves. You played yourselves. And now how many times do we see all these chicks getting arrested for this? Hilarious.
Go to jail today? Can you take her to jail?
I don't want her to go to jail.
There you go. I don't want her to go to jail, man. I love her, man.
Here I come to save the day.
Right there, guys. Right there.
The thing is, he's got no way to
Trent,
get his fatherhood instated
Trent,
here.
Trent, have you seen the video of the guy wearing the salmon colored shirt?
No.
And he's just like, I don't want my girlfriend to go to jail. I'll have to make a new playlist of simps that are trying to show out for that. So it's probably the worst case. So it's in Florida. This chick and this guy are having words. The chick straight up punches the guy in the face. People in the parking lot call the cops. She gets arrested, and then the boyfriend walks back and has a meltdown. Get her out of the car. I need to talk to her. Please don't take her to jail. Oh, Trent, you would just like it's so cringe.
I throw up is what I do.
Yeah. Steve, man, thanks for being a member for 16 months. Says he taped his mom 2 weeks ago drunk and looking for a fight. She saw the recording and shut up. Damn, dude. Man, Steve, you need to leave your 92-year-old mom alone. And Roy, thanks for the jewels, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
It's not a choice, but if I'm asking you a question though, are you going to be able to take care of the child?
I don't want her to go to jail. She's gonna hate me. I don't want to do it. Like I don't want her to go to jail.
It's not up to you anymore. It's up to the state of Idaho when it comes to domestic violence. Since you guys have a child in common, you guys are domestic partners. Okay. I'm just asking you a simple question. Can you provide care for your child? Okay. Can I see the videos? Relax, brother. It's gonna be all right. I promise.
No, because I don't want anything.
Look at her. Oh man, I don't want her to go to jail. I love her, man.
Beta.
Come on.
She's violent and
Listen,
she's
I'm not
on
saying-
psychotic medications. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at those two things, you absolutely have to. And this is not just for his sake, it is for the kid's sake. If she is so unregulated in her emotions that she's physically striking someone while holding her child and screaming at the top of her lungs, getting the woman away from the child into the hands of the other partner is in the interest of the child for nothing else. Over to you.
Well, the issue is that this guy doesn't realize, guys, when you're dealing with these chicks, they have nothing to lose and you have everything to lose. Okay, these chicks just act out. They don't think past the next second, this next minute. They have nothing to lose. You have your livelihood, your reputation, your freedom, your health, or your life. It's crazy.
I'm making hypotheticals. I'm making hypotheticals here. It was just a question. I didn't mean to upset you, all right?
No one's crying.
2514. Is there any video for?
I think I gotta wait for it. I think I go into the bathroom after this one.
Oh, yeah. When you feel like when it might.
You are hit me. Oh, hit me. No one hits you. You started throwing shit. Screaming at me.
He's throwing shit at me.
Screaming at me. Like all these days. Yeah, because you did it. You know.
About these dates. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Is she?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
What's he talking about?
Yes, you did. You don't get to yell at me in the morning when I wake your up. Because of you, you don't call me Nancy. Don't call me Nancy. Don't call me Nancy. No, don't call me Nancy.
This is where we're in about. I don't know if you can see it. See, I showed the camera thing.
No, because you keep going. You keep mumbling.
I think so. You in the bathroom. And this is where she starts hitting me.
No, I mean, no, hit me. I'm not hitting me. I don't hit me. Exactly. You know, I don't hit people either. You hit me multiple times. Hit me. You let your head.
Look at that, guys.
Hit me. Hit me.
Okay. She hit me right there.
Really?
And then she starts. And I'm just in the bathroom at this point.
She's hitting me. She's hitting me.
Does it show it? Yeah, it just did.
You don't care. You record.
She hit you while you were still in your bathroom, right?
Yeah, like I showed the camera to her and it was like right in her face. That's when she like tried to hit the camera out of my face, but I like went like that.
Okay.
And as I was like
He's
that,
still trying to downplay it. I just put my face in front of her fist, man. It's all right, man.
she was hitting me from the back. And I don't want to press charges or anything, like, because I love her and I think what she needs is like the year we were together. Our relationship was never like this.
Beta male.
It's bad. Like it got bad towards the end just because like we didn't have a place to live. We just had a kid like 4 months ago or whatever. So we ended up having a 3-month break. And I thought like that 3-month break was going to be good.
Right.
And we got back together and this week has just been the worst it's ever been. Like she's laid hands on me 2 or 3 days ago. It was like 3 o'clock at night. I'm surprised no one called the cops. But 3 days ago she laid hands on me. And then today was the second time.
How did she lay hands on you 3 days ago?
The same way. We're just arguing.
We went straight to the balcony because I kept getting on the balcony. Okay. I need to stand out there because they were
Before back a couple times.
I grabbed the baby and I took him to the balcony to stand out there because they were
Before that, he was in the rocker.
Would you say the baby could hear what was going on?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to add you as a witness since you were here. You didn't see anyone get hit.
Who is that?
No, I did not see anything.
You just heard it.
All right.
Here to get our kids taken away. Stop.
So that's her whole
It's on the
story.
pain.
Watch.
Okay.
Another argument, screaming. He starts telling me it's my fault, calling me a dumb, calling me stupid,
See this?
screaming at me,
Guys,
and then he's like,
you can't trust these 304s as far as you could throw up. See this?
I mean, what she's saying was not in the videos at all that he was showing.
At all.
I mean, this is why this points out why you have to record.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
on top of me because I told him I wanted space.
Where were you when
my bedroom?
So it was on the bed?
Said I want space, give me space. And then he doesn't give me space, so then I start having a panic attack.
Please.
And I'm screaming, I'm freaking out, I'm hitting myself too, like this, because when I do it helps me focus on the pain in my head,
She was hitting herself to provide physical evidence that he hit her.
Yeah.
He pins you down?
Yeah, because I'm freaking out because of
And
him.
how does he pin you down?
Grabs me by my wrist.
Like
me
both
down.
wrists?
Yes. And he's like, stop, Bailey. Stop, Bailey. You're going to get the cops called. You're going to get our kids taken away. Stop. Stop.
Okay, and then after you got your wrist, he's yelling at you in the face?
in my face.
Okay, and then is that...
Pretty much it, and then I get off him because I'm kicking like this. Swing, like moving my body around.
Yeah, she has a baby in her hands.
Because he's not going to pin me down like that.
Okay.
And then I got up and we started screaming at each other more.
And that's it?
Mhm.
Okay.
But the thing is, difference between me and him is I don't...
If you believe any of the crap she just said,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
This along, I mean, I look at this and I see the videos, and what jumps out at me is this is, 304 fatigue, single mother fatigue.
Yep.
You're seeing on social media all the videos of dysfunctional people being dysfunctional and the other people who recorded them being dysfunctional. And you can see side by side over and over the same pattern. And this is literally shifting the culture because it's educating people as to how certain people really are and what you should avoid.
Well, Trent, did you see like all the black people on TikTok saying that they used to not believe cops and hate cops until they actually started watching body cam footage and realized that oftentimes it was well within the cops' right to stomp some ass because the person was acting stupid.
Let's be honest. Black Lives Matter, when they forced 100% body cams on every cop, that was the biggest political self-own of the last 25 years. Because what it has done is it documented the dysfunctionality of a lot of urban culture. And once you have that documented and on social media, and people consume social media in lieu of television now, that's dozens of hours of every day where people are seeing the reality of dysfunction.
I would say 9 times out of 10. Guys, we aren't like super, police awesome. But what I'm saying is that they're necessary, but they're not your friends. Because ass whippings just don't fall from the sky. I would say 9 out of 10 or 95% of the time, cops just don't start whooping ass for no reason. Especially when it comes to B-dubs. You'll have a guy pull a B-dub over. He hasn't even made it to the car yet. And she'll roll her window down, right? And she's,
I hope you die, bitch! I hope you die of AIDS, ho!
And she's completely in the wrong.
Don't record him doing that to me.
It's more than just that. A lot of police nowadays are trained in de-escalation. I watched a Dallas police officer, singular, get between 2 drugged and really crazed homeless people, and just with words managed to get them to disengage and go their separate ways. And I was in absolute awe because this man had been trained with words of command and with presence to make 2 crazy people stop being crazy and disengage and go their separate ways. And a lot of police, when you see beatdowns, it's really over the top because these guys are actually trained, if anyone's got 2 brain cells to rub together, to stop the fight before it begins.
Well,
and if you see a cop get to that, it is because the person there is so far over the edge that nothing rational will stop it.
Did you see the guy that the BLMs are all marching for now? He had a knife and ran at the 4 cops, and they were struggling, and then someone shot him, and they're like, it's messed up. He was a scholar and a gentleman.
If you're holding a knife on a police officer, you're
knife. Thank you. With
Look,
4 cops pointing guns at you
on a cop is doing suicide by cop. It is that simple. Excuse me, self-deletion by cop.
4 cops, armed police officers. You have a knife, and they're gonna try and. You guys remember the Asian cop who responded to that B-dub and she slashed him up.
He got slashed half a dozen times before he finally took her down. It was
Across the
like
face.
watching a horror movie.
Yeah. And they're still trying to say that there's something that he could have done.
No, there was nothing. Fact of the matter is, policemen are trained that if someone has a knife and they're within 10 feet of you, you draw and shoot.
I guess that's copyright. Look at that. She got him again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and people were like, "He still should have done that."
Oh my God! He got sliced 4 times.
No, Trent. He should have shot the knife out of her hand. What the fuck?
You've been had. You've been took.
I'm sorry. Someone just saw Hollywood and thinks that's real.
Led astray. Run amok.
That's fragging delusional from the word go.
Shoot the knife. What is he, John Wick? Come on, man. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. John Wick just kills him. He doesn't shoot knives out of their hands.
Yeah.
Let me grab my phone so I can take pictures.
Anything. Can I put everybody I've ever kissed?
Do you mind if my partner holds the baby? So
Yeah, let's go. You guys see? Look. Hey. So, I need to see your hands. Can you give my partner the baby? They're trying to get the baby out of her head so they can arrest her ass. Look at that. Let's go, guys. This cop is good. Guys. Look at that.
He got de-escalation training.
Yes, that's the whole reason I don't call the cops.
do you mind if I take pictures of it?
Yes, go for it.
Do you mind if my partner holds the baby so we can? Okay.
I've literally been by everybody I've ever been with.
Is there any other? Can I see your other wrist?
No, there's not on this one, but
Can we
there's
stand in the
this.
sun? So just hold at your wrist, like full fist, like this.
And then this one.
Is there any other bruises I should know about?
There might be some on my legs from me
Put your
kicking,
arms
but that's
behind
not
your
from
back.
him. But that's me
Make a
kicking.
diamond shape.
Okay.
These are from him.
We have to get 360. We have pictures of the back as well.
Turn her around.
All right. So right now.
That was so slick.
Yo, Trent, that was slick, dude. It's enough. Turn around and lift your hair up. You
I am in
dumbass.
awe. This guy is, they're going to use this as a training film somewhere.
You stupid woman.
You're under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest, okay?
Oh, they have a
Just
warrant
relax.
already.
A judge issued a warrant for domestic violence in the
That's
presence of a
literally
child.
him. That's literally him. Are you serious? That's literally him. That's why I don't call the cops. Are you serious?
Hey, relax.
No.
Relax.
You're taking my kid.
Relax.
No, dude. You're taking my kid from me. What the f***? I hate you. I hate you. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. I hate you.
You guys know who she sounds like.
I'm on methadone. My methadone's in the car too. So thank you very much.
1-5.
That's literally him. I'm not the dangerous one.
Oh, please. That's a lie.
No, that's not fair. That's
Have you stand by here real quick. I'm gonna go interview. So right now the judge issued a warrant for her arrest, okay, in the presence of a child, okay, since your child was on the balcony and could hear it. But she did make a statement saying 3 days ago that you pinned her down on the bed. Could we just go over that situation real quick?
No, I never did that.
So do you know anything about
I never pinned her down. 3 days ago, what happened is we got into an argument, and she got really heated, and she started hitting herself. She started punching herself. She had the club missing out of her hair. She started scratching herself. She's grabbing the wall and hitting her head against the headboard. And I was like, Haley, stop. I did grab her arms because she was hurting herself, and I was like,
where was this happening in the apartment?
It's in the bedroom. And then as soon as I grabbed her arm, she started screaming, and I let go. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to help you. And if she's saying stuff about her wrist, that's because, in the bed, we tie up stuff,
Okay. So if she had,
well, she's kind of a freak, man.
if she had bruises,
that's why he's with her. That's why he's with her. Look.
this would be from like. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's from sex stuff, man.
BDSM root.
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
I tell you guys, that's the only reason why guys stick around crazy chicks is because they're absolute Tasmanian devils in the sack. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we've all had that one or two chicks like, why do I keep talking to this broad?
If she has like bruises right there or on her ankles like that, that's related
I'm gonna
stuff.
sit in the car with him.
But like all the other scratches and bruises,
Domestic violence.
Hold up, so she's gonna.
Okay. You have, okay. Got that stuff. And I'm gonna document that in my report.
You literally let my kid fall off the couch. He was being lied to the
Look at that. Anything she can say to make sure that he gets arrested. Look, because he has drugs in his trunk.
in his trunk right now. He has a in his trunk right now. Can you guys get my kid to that?
Listen, what you told me about what him holding you down on the bed, I'm annotating that in the report, okay?
That's not fair. You guys took him. He has right now. He has right now on him, and he's around him. Are you serious?
The woman was arrested and charged with DV in the presence of a child.
Cooked. All right, guys.
And the thing that jumped out at me is she wants power over the child to have power over him. And when the child is in his care, she feels, for lack of better terms, emasculated. She lost the power and she's going crazy because that was the center thing in her life, and you took away her power and she's just losing her mind. Over to you.
Yeah, I think this chick is nuts. She's probably a meth head because it's Idaho. You know what I'm saying? And these two idiots, they shouldn't be having kids in the first place. But of course they always do. If you guys are in the Pacific Northwest, then you realize that those two are like an archetype that walks around. But all right, guys, I gotta head out. Thanks, Trent. I appreciate you. Bye, guys.
Stay safe.